All right, so today we are talking about the equation for speed. Now, you may be most familiar with something like miles per hour in ph. This is what your cars are measuring speed in. There's also kilometers per hour, which there's actually another gauge on your cars that measure that, but it's just lighter. We could have feet per second. Really, any distance per time. And how we like to draw or show this, they're saying per. Per is the same as saying distance. Oops. Distance over time, or as we know, is distance divided by time. So, using this, if we know the distance something travels and the time it takes them to travel there, we know their speed. So, on this sheet of paper, let's do a few practices. So, my average speed to get to, I don't know, let's say Indianapolis. I can solve this with the distance over time equation. So, the distance to get to Indianapolis from where I am is about 58 miles. And it says it's going to take me around 60 minutes to get there, so 1 hour. This is an easy equation. So we have 58 divided by 1. We know that's still 58. So my average speed to get to Indianapolis would be 58 miles per hour, or mph. Corona. If I wanted to see how long it would take me to run the length of a football field. Length of a football field, 100 yards divided by, let's say a reasonable time to run 100 yards. I don't know, what is a reasonable time to run 100 yards? You know what? Let's just take Usain Bolt's record. So he went 100 yards in 9.58 seconds. So we take our 100, divide by 9.58. We would get that his average speed was 10.44 yard per second. That is the world record time for the 100-yard dash. Is 10.44 yards per second. Per 1 second, he ran 10.44 yards. That's insane. So, knowing that that's the record, I'm going to do my own runs. Not going to go 100 yards because I am not in shape, but I'm going to run the length of a basketball court that's outside my apartments. So we're going to go outside and we'll make our own measurements. See you there.
Okay.
All right, so we've already talked about how speed is distance over time. I've come out here earlier and I measured out this basketball court and it is 85, is that right? Was it 85?
Mm-hmm.
85 feet long. So I'm going to be running the length of this. I can take my distance, which is 85 feet, and then I can divide it by the time it takes me to run it, and then I can get my average speed over the entire distance. I'm going to do it 5 times so that I can get good data. Why'd I choose 5? 5 is such a big number.
I thought it was for accurate data.
I've been eating icing for like 10 days straight. Ah!
Go ahead and comment below if you think Mr. Evenson needs to get back in shape. How many times is that?
One more.
Okay.
Ah.
How do you feel?
I'm tired. The last 10 days I've just been sitting on a couch watching movies and eating icing. Oh, jeez.
Comment below your quarantine diet.
Oh, man. So those are times. We'll put those, when we go back inside, I'll put those into the equation. We'll run a few of these problems that'll be really good. You. That's a lot of movement after days of none.
Was it good for you?
Probably. But we'll see. I'll probably just be sore and tired. Science. All right, so we're back in from our run. Our distance for basketball court was 85 feet. Here are the times that I ran. So using this information, we can see what my average speed was for each run, and then we're going to use all those averages to find my average speed total for this distance. So average time for the first run, so we have 4.53 seconds. So our distance, remember our equation is distance over time. So distance was 85 feet over 4.53 seconds. So 85 divided by 4.53. You can see that I use a calculator on this, I don't care. So 85 divided by 4.53 is, so this I was going 18.76 feet per second. Feet per second. Our second run, so this is 85 over 4.72. 85 divided by 4.72 was 18.01 feet per second. And I'll just finish these out. All right, there are all of our times. So first run, I was running at 18.76 feet per second, and second one, 18.01 feet per second, then 17.97 feet per second, 18.24 feet per second, and 18.72 feet per second, taking my distance I ran, which was 85 feet every time, and then dividing it by the time of each trial. So now that I have these numbers, I'm going to go on a new sheet of paper and I'm going to find my average speed overall for this distance. So finding the average of something. I don't know how much you guys have learned. I assume that you know how to find averages, but we're going to relearn if you have not. So finding the average, we need to take our total added, and then we're going to divide it by total number of trials. So we need to add up these for our totals. We have 18.76 plus 18.01 plus, I'm going to go through all these and speed it up. So adding all these up and then divided by total number of trials. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trials divided by 5. So I'll add these together, use my calculator. So our total added on top is 91.7, and we're going to divide by 5 trials. That'll give us 18.34 feet per second. This is my total average time, my total average speed for the 85-foot dash. So that's my average time. I'm excited to see how fast you guys can run. So part of your homework is going to be, I need you to go outside and measure distance out and find your feet per second. I need you to find an average. So you don't have to do 85 feet. That's just what I did. But find a reasonable distance. I'll have it on the worksheet. I'll have rules for it. So this is solving speed. Speed. Give it its own page. Speed equals distance divided by time. There we go. Your worksheet will be all about this, be word problems. So use this, rewatch the video if you're confused, and good luck with the assignment. This was day 6 of quarantine. So enjoy.
I'm aware that I'm out of shape. It's fine.
Update, it's been a little while and he's still out of breath.
Stop!